Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for the lovely introduction. My topic for today is open source meets sustainability. And today I would like to show that open source and sustainable software can go hand in hand, and that open source software can be also a pioneer for sustainable software. But first of all, I would like to ask you a question. So another quiz game for the end of the day. What do you think? How much electronic waste is produced per person per year in Germany? Unfortunately, there's no prize to win, but yeah. So what do you think? Do you have a guess? I didn't hear it, but okay, 17. Okay. Okay. Another guess. Okay. So actually, it's 10.8 kilogram of electronic waste, which is produced per capita in Germany for the year 2022, which is a lot. And here I would like to build a bridge between the environmental problem of the electronic waste and what actually our software has to do with it. As you know, Microsoft will end the security updates in this year for Windows 10 systems, and actually it is a big problem for organizations like us, for the German Environment Agency, but also for a lot of companies, for a lot of consumers, and additionally the hardware requirements have risen or are getting bigger and bigger, and which means that older hardware cannot compete with this anymore. Which means that we have to dispose a lot of laptops. And yeah, so here's another quiz game for you. Because it's very important to understand that the most environmental impacts occur in the manufacturing phase of electronic devices. So also in the case of laptops. So what do you think? When it is worth buying a new laptop? So how long would it take to amortize the environmental costs if you just think of the greenhouse gas emissions? So I hope the question is clear. So if not, please ask. Okay, so who is for A? Please raise your hand. Okay, who's for B? Okay, who's for C? Okay, and who's for D, 60 to 90 years? Okay, so yeah, actually it is something around 90 years, 88 years, which is a lot. It's a whole human life, right? So it would take you 88 years to amortize these environmental costs. And even if the new notebook would use 70% less electricity, which is of course not really realistic, then it would still take 13 years before the greenhouse gas emissions from the production of the new notebook are amortized. So it is important to use notebooks for as long as possible. You can read it in our study, this example. We made this study already 10 years ago, but I think the numbers are more or less the same. And we carried out also another research project some years ago where we compared two word processing programs. So on the left side, you can see the processor utilization and also the memory utilization. And on the right side, you can see the energy consumption of the two word processing programs. And on the right side, you can see that the program A, the blue one, is taking 4 much energy as the red one. So for the same functionalities. So here we wanted to show that it's possible to measure software, and this was just a section of 6 minutes we measured here. But if you would scale up to a whole organization, right, we are using everyday word processing programs, then it would be, that would be huge energy savings. And yeah, so what I would like to say here is that is the responsibility of software. Here I collected some newspaper articles. I think we all know these problems if, for example, updates are no longer available or driver problems. Here, the software has a lot of the responsibility. And we wanted, of course, to tackle all of these environmental problems. This is the solution part of my presentation. This is the Blue Angel software. So maybe you know the Blue Angel from other products, such as paper or textile. Maybe you can raise your hand who know the Blue Angel software. Okay, not so many. Okay. Actually, there is also a green IT product range, and also for some time, the Blue Angel for software exists. What are the goals of the Blue Angel software? The goal of the ecolabel is to reduce the energy consumption of the IT and also to increase resource efficiency. And what is even more important is we want to award those software companies who are actively working to improve or to reduce the environmental footprint of their software. As the software world is very complex, we try to focus on 3 types of software, so which software can be awarded by the Blue Angel. It's the first one is desktop computer software, the second one the apps for mobile devices, and the third one is client-server software. And what is really important here is we didn't want to compare software products with each other because it's not really possible. Because every software product is different. So we wanted to set the focus on transparency criteria, which means what energy and hardware consumption does the software require? And if the software product is getting any kind of features or updates, we do not want that the energy consumption will take over 10% over the running time. And we have also further transparency criteria I will explain in the following slides. So, yeah, what are the criteria of the Blue Angel software? The first one is resource and energy efficiency. So here we want the transparency about how much energy and hardware consumption does the software require. The second one is potential hardware utilization period. Here we want that the software can run also on older systems. In that case, 5-year-old reference systems. And the third very important criterion is the user autonomy, because here we want to strengthen the user's sovereignty. Here we demand, for example, security updates for a minimum of 5 years. We demand uninstallability because it's also sometimes a problem. We want that software also has modularity. No advertising, which is very important in the app market because we see that a lot of traffic is just because of ads. We want also transparency about what kind of data are collected and transferred, about interfaces, about the licenses, about the documentation of the source code, and at least what happens to the software product after the support ends. Yeah, the first software which was awarded with the Blue Angel some years ago was a KDE Ocular PDF reader, and some other software products followed also, which is which is very good. And next week, for example, I will award also 3 other products, and here you can see, 5 of 6 software products are open source products. Which leads me also to my conclusion, to the overlaps between the Blue Angel software and open source, because I think here the world of sustainable IT or sustainable software and the open source community have a lot in common. If you, for example, of the transparency, of the idea of transparency, or if you think of the user autonomy criterion at the Blue Angel, which should lead to independence or sovereignty, or if you think of the idea of reusability, which should lead to longevity or maintainability. And that is the reason why we also set up a new funding for open source projects without any kind of revenue. So here we wanted to support smaller open source projects which are interested in the Blue Angel certification but maybe cannot afford the certification costs. So here the application fees and the annual fees are covered by us, and maybe if you know an interesting open source project was interested in that funding, then please write me. Okay, then thank you for your interest. Unfortunately, I have to speed up a bit, so if you have questions, let me make quick, or because I have to catch up my train.
Okay, she's going. So a quick question. Is it possible to achieve results of LCA, life cycle assessment, exactly for the software?
You mean with the Blue Angel certification itself?
Yes.
Well, there are other software products where this is possible. I think also, for example, Green Coding Berlin is doing something. The one software product which was awarded with the Blue Angel, but we are not doing this LCA analysis yet. Okay, other questions? Okay, if not, then thank you very much, and then
Thank you very much.